everyone, my name's Madeline. I'm going to be presenting my All About Me board. I'm going to scoot out of the way so you guys can see a little bit. But starting off with my education, I put a picture of me on my first day of kindergarten. I always grew up loving school, and I think that's why I took this pathway to teach kids, is because I loved it so much myself and had a great experience growing up. I had great teachers. I just loved school in general too. My parents both went to college for around a year or two and dropped out without getting their degree. So they drilled it into me and my brother both that it's so important we go to school and get our education because we are so privileged to do that and to, provide for ourselves as well. Growing up, my dad went on mission trips with our church too, so when he went, he would build schools. So I always kind of knew that we were so lucky and privileged to be able to go to school, where for others it wasn't so easily accessible. And I always kind of grew up knowing it was a gift. My religion, I am a Christian and have been for as long as I can remember. My mom and dad are both Christian as well, but my mom was raised Christian Catholic growing up and went to Catholic school. So some of that seeps into our lifestyle as well. My family growing up was really involved in church. It was kind of like our second home for a while. My dad owned a restaurant at the time, so he catered to a lot of events they had there, and he he taught a Sunday school service class for children's ministries, and me and my mom and my brother would help him out with that as well. So we were there, every Sunday and there throughout the week as well. I also volunteered a lot growing up as well, doing vacation Bible school during the summer, and a lot of other help with the nursery and stuff. So I was always very involved, and I love my religion and I'm proud of it. My race, my dad was adopted, so we weren't always able to find out his true racial background. But once he got in contact with his family, he found out he was German and Austrian and Native American descent. My mom's side of family, my grandpa was Irish, and my grandma, she is Mexican. And so that always kind of overpowered the Irish in the family. We always had a lot of Mexican traditions, and a lot of our food, most food that is served at, family events and holidays are Mexican style dishes. We weren't passed down Spanish. My grandma speaks Spanish, and so does my aunt, which was the firstborn of the family. But all the other siblings in my mom's family don't speak Spanish, neither does my mom as well. So it wasn't passed down to us either, unfortunately. But we do speak a little bit, and my mom has always grown up speaking, Spanglish to me. But we weren't able to ever do full sentences. We can just, listen and reply small bits back and forth. My family structure, I have a brother, and that's it. It's just me and my brother. Growing up was, really fun. I grew up on a small street with a lot of friends growing up. We didn't move around a lot. We stayed in the same house as a kid. My parents had us when they were fairly young, so they're still kind of young now. They're in their 40s. My parents were high school sweethearts. They got married really young as well. So they were married for 25 years and then they got divorced after 25 years. So that was kind of a strange experience to go through. I met my boyfriend in high school. We've been together for 8 years. So I very much am comfortable with his family, and we treat each other like family. And his family is, you know, very open and warm to me, so I very much consider them a part of my family structure as well. My gender, I've always grown up knowing I was a female, but grew up in a boy-dominated household, and, you know, family. I only had 2 girl cousins growing up, the rest were boys. On both my mom and dad's side of family. But, you know, it never really crossed my mind. We always spoke up, us girls in the family, and made it clear, regardless if it was boys listening to us or not. I played co-ed soccer all my life growing up, and I never felt, you know, any less than because I was a girl. I always felt on the same level. So I can say, just growing up as a girl, my experience has been, you know, to cover up, and school dress code is more kind of aimed at us girls. Wearing makeup and doing our hair, and a lot more standards that boys aren't held to at such a young age, was just more prevalent in my lifetime. I never had to go with the gender norms, but if you didn't, you know, you always kind of felt left out, or you got made fun of for it. So truly there was a lot of turmoil around being a girl in middle school. You know, the awkward phase you go through. I felt like I had to grow up so fast and, you know, wear makeup and do all that kind of stuff, and I regret it now. But it's just, all those kind of things were a staple to me growing up as a girl. But I realized too, I had, you know, a lot more influences from my brother too, so I feel like I love all your girly stuff, but I'm also not afraid to do what the boys do, you know? So that's it. Thank you for